Alright, everybody. I'll give the warning one more time. We're back. That's the warning. The warning is that I'm back. Beware, chicken. But also, this epilogue is supposedly sincerely messed up stuff. And it's a daring choice on Nintendo's part. But for a story this good, for a story this tragic, it makes sense. Look at the stem of the flower is now like a blood stain. My god. Alright, Utsugi, I'm ready. Let's have a call. Oh, sorry, Windy. Timing works out like that. Hopefully you can catch the VOD later.
Ah, have you decided that you're ready?
I'm ready.
Understood. Then come to the office.
With the investigation at Irumo village complete, we now know the full origin of the Smiling Man. Additionally, we found a scribbled note in the house where Minoru Suzuki was hiding. Understanding the true meaning of what he wrote, well, that's beyond our current abilities. Nevertheless, let me begin by filling you in on the details of my investigation. You're with the Utsugi Detective Agency? Yes, I know this incident is ancient history, but I was wondering if I could ask a few questions. I see. So what did you want to ask? Oh wow, I'm actually playing as Utsugi. Wow, you really play as everybody in this game. I came here to investigate the history of the Suzuki family. I understand they used to live here. The Suzuki family. Ah, yes, the Suzukis. Bitty Melon, welcome. You were close. So unfortunate. I remember they used to live in peace and harmony together. An ordinary family. Ah, but then, one day the wife and mother left home. The husband stopped work and started drinking. He became aggressive. Maybe it's shameful of us, but we distanced ourselves from the family. I don't know why the mother left. It's not my place to say anything about it. Well, maybe because the man was abusive, apparently. The drinking just, you know... If he became an asshole after drinking, he was probably an asshole before drinking, too. Just gave him an excuse. I don't know, it sounds like that's the case. I will say, the poor Suzuki children were the ones who suffered the most. Right. Minoru and his sister. Children. Kodomotachi. Did Minoru Suzuki have any siblings? Yeah, she had a sister named Emiko. They were 7 years apart. Did you say Emiko? Ah, yes, Emiko. She was such a pretty girl. I think Minoru cherished and protected his sister in part because she was so much younger. What if she was already dead when Minoru came to the Todorokis and wanted a car? He wanted to go on a ride with Emiko. But Emiko was dead. He was going... Oh no, is Minoru actually... Oh... I think... Oh, that's even sadder. I thought maybe, oh, he swapped places with the father. Maybe the smiling... Maybe Minoru is a good guy. He's just ill. He's just mentally ill. I think that's what's the case. And it's so sad. I think Minoru cherished and protected his sister in part because she was so much younger. Ore wa... something. I like smiling, Emiko. What the? Shut up, you little bastards! Don't make Emiko cry! I hate you! What did you just say? You son of a bitch! Say it to my face! I'm sure that Minoru was over and beaten while protecting Emiko. Have a good night, Xandris. It's, sorry this was, yeah, this is definitely, not a little tough to watch right before bed. Minoru protected Emiko with his own body at times. When her mother was around, Emiko used to be so bright and cheerful. Now, brother, welcome. How many smiles? We're not smiling right now. We're actually very much frowning. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I got to get the warning anytime somebody new pops in. This game is rated M for a reason. We are in the epilogue. We just beat the game. There is messed up stuff happening. We're going over. It's the epilogue of the game, and we're explaining the backstory of a character who is very tragic, and right, we're just hearing now he was abused by his parents, by his father. His mother left his family, and it's sad. When her mother was around, Emiko used to be so bright and cheerful. She was a little tomboy, and some of the villagers called her Emio, so it sounded like a boy's name. Emio. But well, after her mom left, she cried all the time, and she always looked frightened. We did the best we could, but she was such a spunky little girl, just bursting with energy. Of course, she was always attached to Minoru at the hip. Sometimes she'd hide when she saw us. She must have thought her brother was the only person she could trust in the world. Does Twitch mark the game as mature? Yep, every game that's rated M by the ESRB is automatically mature rated. But like my stream is always rated M, like mature audiences, so you wouldn't be blamed for not noticing that this is a special case. They were such a good brother and sister to each other. He was an awkward boy, a few words, but he was honest and kind. You could see how he always acted cheerfully for Emiko's sake. She depended on him. I'm sure it was terribly hard for him. There are things between a husband and a wife that are personal, and sometimes irreconcilable. But it's always the children who suffer when the relationship dissolves. We couldn't do anything for Minoru and Emiko, and that's a regret I carry with me to this day. You know, I do remember. There was one day when I heard Emiko laughing wildly. She looked so happy, I wondered what was going on. Well, Minoru was fooling around with some kind of funny paper bag on his head. A paper bag? Yes, oh, it had been so long since I'd seen Emiko smile, let alone laugh. Do you remember what kind of paper bag it was? Oh, it was just an ordinary bag, but Minoru must have drawn a smiling face on it. It's the smiling face. She looked as though he was laughing wildly when he put it on. Emiko would laugh so much when he wrote it. I hadn't seen her that happy in a long time. By the next day, both of them were running around with bags on their heads. I suppose that was their way of making a little fun for themselves when life was so hard. I think it made Minoru happy to see Emiko smiling and laughing again. Oh, she had a paper bag of her own. Ah, but then the unthinkable happened. Oh my god, he's so bruised. Don't tell me. God, a Nintendo game is not gonna, is it? What happened to the Suzuki family after that? I'm sorry. Can you ask someone else about that?
Not
in a Nintendo game, is it? It's just too painful to remember. I understand. Thank you for sharing what you have. I'm sorry to hear I've stirred up the troubling memories. I hope you feel better. You sound like you genuinely care. That's kind of you. Thank you. Those kids, the brother and sister. Huh? They were as one. Windy, welcome back. Summary so far, we just learned that Minoru and his sister Emiko were abused as children by their drunkard father. Their mother had left, and Minoru's father just got worse and worse. They would always beat him, and he would just take it in order to protect Emiko. And then it's just sad. They tried to find whatever peace they could find in their lives. And one day they would just play around with paper bags on their heads, and Emiko would laugh. And upon... I had a feeling Emiko died. So when Minoru talked about taking his sister for a ride in the car, he was trying to find somebody to replace her. Emiko passed away? You're saying she drowned in the pool, in the pond? Yeah. I could hear Minoru screaming from down near the pond. Oh my god. I rushed over there and found Emiko. I was speechless. This is not really cause for celebration, is it? Robots, thank you for the sub. Welcome back to the chicken coop. This is... Should I put like a warning? I should put like a warning on the title, because this is heavy stuff right now and people keep coming on in. Yeah, I just beat the game and we are playing an epilogue that shows the tragic backstory of one of the main characters of the game. So thank you for the sub. It is not sub time right now. Maybe I should put like a... I should put a content warning, heavy topics, finale. Thank you for the sub, but welcome. I wondered why he had suddenly run outside in the rain like that. I had no idea what was going on. I think Minoru and Emiko were planning on running away from home together. But when their father found out, he took all of their things and dumped them in the pond. And I suppose what happened was that Emiko went to try and retrieve their things, and she drowned. And so Minoru... killed their father in his sleep. He went to his father. His father's face was... Oh... Still, I don't know if you can blame Minoru.
誰もミノルちゃんを責めたりはでき
This reminds you of characters' backstories from Dadandan. I've heard good things about that anime. I didn't know it was heavy.
ミノルちゃん
I can't imagine what it was like for Minoru
妹を亡
to
く
lose
し
a sister and then,
自分の
with his own hands, his father.
親父さんを
They lost their father years ago to the monster that he became. Or maybe the monster he always was.
あん時
When I think back,
いきなり走り
why
出し
didn't
た
I
ミノル
stop
ちゃんを
Minoru? When he started running,
あの子が何
how
を
could I not
考
have
えとった
realized what was going on?
今でも
I still think about it.
そう思っております
You can't blame Minoru for that. He was a kid with a shit life.
エミコち
I
ゃんの
remember Emiko's funeral. Who's that? That's Minoru over there. Oh, that must be his mother.
顔を見たり
ミノルちゃん
祈るかわいそうにそうかそうか
Emio,
ちゃん
it looks like your brother brought something for
兄ちゃん
you.
がええもん持ってきてくれたぞエミオちゃんが
Emio is
笑う
smiling.
もう泣か
You don't have to cry anymore. You can just smile now.
ずっと
Keep smiling
笑うと
forever.
ええんやぞ
あん時のことは
Something like that
村
happens
で長い間
People
語り
talk.
継がれてきたようですわ
across generations. Sorry, I'm just gonna do something real quick. I realize I should probably just disable raids at this point. Because, yeah. I feel like people should not have to come into this without realizing what they're in for. Sorry, let me just do that real quick. Let me just do, I think, moderation settings. No, is it affiliate? Channel settings. Stream? Oh, here we go, stream. We're gonna deny all raids. Here we go. Alright. Something like that happens. People talk. Across generations.
けんど
But then again,
この村も
in time, all
その
things
ことを
fade.
知る人はもう
Even those
ほとんど
painful
おらんでな
memories just sort of drift away.
忘れられて
You forget.
いくんやねミノルちゃ
I
ん
believe Minoru was sent to a juvenile detention center afterward. But that's all I know.
それから先んことは
Yeah, that makes sense.
よう私も
I left the village shortly
あ
after
の
that
後家
time.
を出てもうたんでミノルちゃ
I hope
ん
Minoru is doing well. Mm.
大好きや
In the
った
end,
紙
life is
袋
as
と一緒
fragile
に
as that paper bag that Emiko and Minoru played with.
旅立っていったんで私から話
That's
せ
about all I can tell you.
お話いただ
I
きまし
see. Thank you very much for speaking with me.
村を出て
I moved away a long time ago,
随分経
but
った今あの兄弟の
I still think of those
ことは
kids sometimes.
私が
If only I had known what was going on in his
ミノルちゃんの
head,
気持ちに気づいて
maybe it
や
could
れ
have
て
been
た
different. I could have. Well, if you want my opinion, I don't think you can blame yourself.
そうなんだよね
Still, I wonder.
知っとる
I think I've
ことは
told you everything I know.
みんな話し
Thank you. It's been valuable.
辛いことを
These are painful
思い出して
memories.
しまいました
That's for sure. I'm so sorry.
けんど
Ah, but
あんたに聞いて
there's a
も
certain
らった
lightness
こ
to
とで
getting it off my chest.
ちょっと
Thank you for
気持ち
listening.
が軽うなったように
The events that took place there seem to be what inspired the urban legend of Emio, the smiling man. As the people in the village spoke of the tragedy of the Suzuki siblings, the story took on a life of its own, and as word spread, the story morphed into a terrifying legend. In a cruel twist of fate, Minoru Suzuki's actions cemented the legend as a reality. Of course, the downfall of the Suzuki family cast a shadow over the entire neighborhood. People there still ask themselves if they couldn't have done something. Some still live with regrets, and the notion that they could have somehow prevented all that came to pass. I don't think they should blame themselves, but it is human nature to do so. I know they carry the weight of their decisions, always. I met with the director at the juvenile detention center where Minoru was incarcerated. Ah, yes. I remember Minoru Suzuki. He was an honest, well-behaved kid. However, I do recall that he had an intense case history, so we kept a close eye on his mental state. He hardly ever spoke during his time here, so it was hard to pin down how he was doing. Truly, he was an enigma. All in all, Minoru was a strange boy. He spent a lot of time alone, just thinking, presumably. You know, now that I think of it, he did used to mumble to himself a little bit. I'm going to study cars. 俺は自動 hold on, I know the word for car. I know the word for car. 車の勉強はするじ One thing that did pique Minoru's interest was cars, so I encouraged him to pursue automotive repair. Oh, because he did write like a kid. Because he was a kid. That's all he learned how to write. The only kanji in the entire sentence was the kanji for car. Becoming a certified mechanic could be a great advantage to someone leaving our institution. It turned out that he had the ability to focus quite well on his studies and work hard. Ultimately, he passed the certification exam on his first try with flying colors. Oh, that's impressive. Benkyou wo. I agree, and a bit surprising, I admit. I was happy for him and glad to see that his mind was hard at work behind the silence. He must have been thrilled. After all, he barely spoke, but he did talk to me that day. However, the things he was saying were a little weird. Oh? Minoru said, someday I'll get myself a car and I'll take my little sister wherever she wants to go. Yeah, that was pretty much it. His sister, huh? Yes, he was quite clear. You agree it's weird, don't you? At least based on your reaction. His mind was already broken at that point. He behaved well enough, but he had a very specific goal in mind. All of his actions up until that point were to justify him getting a hold of a car and finding a new sister. Yes, I do. As far as I know, Minoru only had one sister. That's right. I've looked through all the official documents. Minoru's only sister was Emiko, and she died before she arrived. Yes, I'm sure that Emiko was Minoru's only sister. It would have been in his records if he had another sister. Indeed. I'll take my little sister wherever she wants to go. Seeing him so happy, I suddenly realized, maybe in this kid's head, the whole incident never happened. After his release from juvenile detention, Minoru returned to Ibunomo village. The villagers welcomed him back, and he spent a few years pitching in with farm work. They said he was helpful and didn't cause any problems, but that he had changed. At least that was most folks' impression. The behavior he exhibited in detention, rarely speaking, mumbling to himself, continued. Those in the village who knew about his history were sensitive to his feelings and protective of him. But not everyone felt that way. Perhaps picking up on a growing sense of unease, Minoru left the village. For a while he drifted, working odd jobs, until he found his way to the Kamimatsu area, Kofuku City, and had the good fortune of stumbling upon Todoroki Motors. Speaking of, do you know what drew Minoru to Todoroki Motors? Probably because it was made of the only kanji he could read. He probably liked the name. Exactly. I'm a detective, y'all. Wow. I'm impressed you figured it out. Yeah, because it's his only kanji. Holy, I figured it out. I figured it out because I read the Japanese. Whoa! It seems Minoru was a simple man. Kurumo ga taku-chan naran. It's so hard to read when it's handwriting. Ruji no jito chidou kuruma ya wo. I'm butchering everything, aren't I? I found a car shop that's called Car. The owners are nice. I'm going to work there. If I have a car, I can go pick up Emiko. I gather he was fond of the kanji character for Todoroki, which spells out car. For a car enthusiast, it must have been the perfect job. Speaking of his job, we found a set of work clothes from Todoroki Motors in an abandoned building. They had been laundered and folded neatly away in a hiding spot. I think it shows how important Todoroki Motors was for Minoru. In a note we found, Minoru wrote that he was planning on going to pick up his sister Emiko. He also spoke of driving his sister around while he was in detention, but he doesn't have another sister. I think Minoru's mind became fixated on the day that he lost her. Fixated on the idea of a crying girl being his sister. That's how he would try to abduct any girls that would be crying on the side of the road. And he never could move past that event. He acted as if she were alive and in need of protection. As an unfortunate result, he caused a great deal of misery and suffering. I am sympathetic to his story. But regardless of the circumstances, the crimes he committed are unforgivable. I have no desire to defend him, I assure you of that. What I'm about to describe to you is based on the notes Minoru left behind and Makoto's testimony. I have filled in some of the details with information from a few trusted sources. Unfortunately, I believe the story is factual and not an exaggeration. Of course, we can never truly know what was going on through Minoru's mind. Even if we could get a glimpse, there's just no way. Still, the story of his life, I felt it was important to share with you. This is actually animated. This is actually animated. Oh, there's the first girl. She was supposedly acquainted with him.
大きくなった。
I met Emiko all grown up. They said they tried to pay attention to his mental state, but they just didn't realize. It was nice of you to come visit me at work, Minoru. Are you thinking about your sister again? I understand. You didn't do anything wrong. What happened? It's not your fault, you know? Not at all. I know you think you could have done something, and that somehow makes it your fault, but even if you had managed to get away, you wouldn't have been able to stay together long. It's just not realistic for kids to live on their own. You would have ended up in foster care, and then back to your father. Oh, she mentioned his father. I mean, life is scary, right? When not even your home is safe? But I know your sister was happy to have a big brother like you. So come on, don't be so hard on yourself. I suppose I should get going. I'll see you later, Minoru. They were actually friends. But... oh... that was Ayaka. And she was being abused by her father. Just like Minoru was abused. Oh, it's you. Welcome home, Minoru. Welcome home? Oh, because they live near each other. I'm so glad to see your face. That's why I came here. Oh, she just came to his apartment. He could tell she was being abused. He went to kill her father. I'm kind of a weirdo, right? Sorry. Bruce. Oh, that? It's nothing. I just fell. You know how clumsy I am sometimes. You don't think Minoru absorbs things she said? I think he's living in his own fractured mental state. All he saw was his sister being abused. Wait, is this why his apartment's covered in blood? Did he do something? What did he do? Did he put on a paper bag? He put on a paper bag. He's putting on a chauffeur. Minoru, what are you doing? It's like he had his sister back. Here, let me see that. When I wear this, I'll always have a smile, won't I? And if I keep it on, you can't see the scars on my face. Oh, come on, don't make that face. Minoru, you put this on right now. Give me a big smile. Come on, hee hee. When I say put it on, I mean put it on. Who's that guy? Some dude in the back. You just saw them playing around with the bag. Those two make a cute couple. That's the man! That's the old man! That's the old man whose brain is gone. Oh my god, that's the same man. Hey, can I have this? Mm-hmm. But then... You want to leave town together. Are you serious? He wanted to protect her. He wanted to take her away from her abusive household. Are you okay? I won't fall. I won't fail. Never again. But then... Todoroki, so you're leaving. You can get back anytime, okay? Thank you for everything. Yo, Minoru! Car. Just a little farewell gift. She'll take you anywhere you want to go. What's wrong? I almost forgot this old tool. Go on, take it. The sheet shears. You put those skills to good use, huh? Make a living. As long as you work hard, you'll never want for food. He's bowing. That girl wasn't Emiko. This is supposed to be touching, but we're seeing it lead to disaster. Huh? I don't have it. Okay. So this is Ayaka trying to leave home without her dad finding out. That's Minoru killing her dad. Minoru internalized that as what you do to bad people. Ah, you're back. Oh, shall we get going? Minoru, no. Oh, I almost forgot. Dad gave me a car today. It's so cool. Now we can go anywhere we want. I told you I wouldn't fail. I should have done it like this back then. Oh, it's okay. I won't fail. Never again. It can't be. Hey, let's get going. Emiko? Come on, stand up. What's wrong? Come on, Emiko. Calm down. I took care of him. There's no need to be scared anymore. I'm not Emiko. Huh? I'm not Emiko. Not Emiko? Minoru's mind is stuck. No. No, he couldn't bear to think of himself failing. He burned everything. And then just like with his sister, every time, put a paper bag on them. I tried to give myself a funny face, but I failed. It hurt more than anything. Don't worry, I'm not drunk, just a little tipsy. This is why that old man has no brain cells left. He drank them all away in his middle ages. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh. Oh, oh no. It's not funny. 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 He gave himself a permanent funny face. Oh, the shears! Oh. That's the blood. This is a Nintendo game. This is a Nintendo game. That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood. The drunk man just falls asleep. He was the only witness to all of that. Minoru was Minoru the whole time. He's just very unwell. If I find a sad girl, I will wear a bag with a funny face. And I'll approach. If they can look at me and laugh, then I suppose they're alright. If they fear me, they'll always be afraid of something. Poor, sad girls. I can help them. I can make it so they'll always smile. One time, I helped a girl with stomach pain laugh. She got better quickly. That's Shoko. Hey, what is that? You look ridiculous. Oh, my stomach. Emiko. Huh? I'm Michio. Michio. What was that all about? Junko. So this is it? This is the day that Makoto got abducted. Makoto, the hair clip. Go, Makoto, go! Save her! Don't make Junko cry! Don't make Junko cry! Don't make Emiko cry! Stop, you're killing my brother. Let go of him. She pulls off the bag and she sees his face. How did he not get an infection? He probably did, but then his face became that. He's the Joker, baby. There's a smiling man. He sure be smiling. So Minoru took Makoto under his wing because he saw himself in him. I found my childhood self, so I brought him home with me. And then he must have indoctrinated him into the smiling man to help him, to make him himself. And that's when she got the bag. Where is this? And who am I? Can't remember anything. You are Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki? Then who are you? I'm you. What's this? It's Emiko's. Emiko? I'll hold on to it. Makoto was choked too hard. Yeah, his brain was deprived of oxygen. They gave him amnesia. How much time has passed since I came here? As for where I am, or who I am, I still can't remember. The man treats me well, but I don't know who he is. And what's more, I've never seen his face. But I do hear the name Emiko every now and then. I wonder who that is. The other me is a good guy. The other me is a good guy. Once I was old enough, the man sent me to the city to work and earn money. I always wear a mask in town. I'm not allowed to talk to anyone. Her again. I feel like I know her. That's Junko. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Junko looking for Makoto. If you're me and I'm me, who's smiling? Nobody's smiling. There's that one time. Isn't that you, big brother? Big brother, it's me, Junko. Don't you recognize me? That was a while ago. She was in a school uniform. I saw that woman again. The last time I saw her, she called me big brother. And her name was... What was it? Emiko. No, it's Emiko. Emiko. Emiko might be waiting. Let's go. It's been a long time since we've driven anywhere. Where are we going? We're looking for Emiko. They did meet. Yeah, Junko said she found him, but he didn't recognize her. Oh, Megumi. She really did see him. I have to say the words. How did it go? Huh?
Emiko.
Emiko. That's right, Emiko. It's really him. Who are you? Who are you? Megumi Muramoto, your teacher's here to save you. Fukuyama actually coming in clutch. Sir, it really was because Fukuyama was able to jump in. It wasn't Emiko. It wasn't Emiko. Tsubasa actually saved her life. Let's give Emiko a present. The man told me to give this to that woman. But what, did Makoto wear a bag during that? Wear a mask? Everything's lining up. How long is this epilogue? Am I just watching anime? I think I'm just watching anime. Kuze Junko. Big brother, it's me, Junko. That's right. The woman's name is Junko. He said she'd like me if I wore this. But she's not going to see me. And besides, she's not the real Emiko anyway. I guess I'm not sure what he wants. Come on. She saw it. It was important that he had blue eyes. Because it was Makoto. It was Makoto at the time. Well, I mean, we're seeing it. I'm just like, we knew because of the eyes. Kuze Junko. Good job paying attention, man. Emiko, will you come see me? And then the fateful day. Be honest, you didn't think you'd be watching anime in the game? It's Persona. She's about to evoke Minoru's persona. Makoto, my brother, it's me, Junko. 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 Makoto? Brother? Yes, you're my brother, Makoto. I knew it, you're still alive. Alive? What are you talking about? Brother, don't you know who I am? Don't you? Who am I? Who the hell are you? Who are we? Oh, wait, look at this. Eggplant. Remember? I should have thanked you. I'm so sorry. Brother, you've got to get out of here now. Wait for me at Kofuku Station. Hurry! Get out of here, hurry! But go now! Emiko. You finally came. That is Resident Evil 7 stuff right here. Yeah, she definitely missed. Are you not Emiko? Well, who are you then? Are you afraid of me? A little bit. A little bit. Good thing Makoto had the machete. Brother. Junko. Emiko is no more. So you see, in a very real way, he was also a victim. He was unwell. He was unwell from the day. Maybe not even from the day, from his childhood. And nobody did enough. Iromo village, his community at the time, they all say these what ifs. What if they could have done something for him? They were the only ones who could, but they turned a blind eye. Takes a village to raise a child, and they didn't. And they just let his dad abuse him and his sister their whole lives. I don't blame Minoru for what he thought was the only way out in his shithole of a life. But god damn. Yeah, that is heavy stuff. Not just for a Nintendo game. That is heavy stuff, period. Yeah, no, Zeph, this game is a lot. And I'm very happy to have played it, but damn. Part of it was me hoping that like that the Todorokis were right. That Minoru wouldn't hurt a fly, cuz he was doing what he thought was right for the people that he thought he was saving, thought he was helping. But because his mind was infantilized and stuck in his own childhood, the only solution he could see was just death, murder. That's all he knew. Since the day that he murdered his own father, the day that his sister died, he's been fixated on that for 18 years. I am a little curious why he kind of just stopped after a while. Like, I guess he just went. I guess the day that Makoto went missing, then Minoru kind of stopped going on his like hunts for Emiko, and instead took that day forward, started raising Makoto as himself to be the next smiling man. And I guess in a way it was stopping any more people from dying, but I'm just glad that Makoto didn't believe, even though he had amnesia and was, malleable. The only name he knew was Minoru Suzuki, so that's why he went under that name. I'm just glad that Makoto didn't, believe anything Minoru was saying. Glad that still deep within, once Junko came by and showed him the flower, he was able to remember who he was. But it's just tragic. Enjoy the lurk. Yeah, this is heaviest, darkest video game you've seen, and you didn't think it would be a Nintendo game. Yeah, I mean, I've played some visual novels with dark stories, but for the most part, they usually break it up with levity. They usually are not this heavy. This genuinely rivals a Yakuza game, but without the karaoke, without any moments that make it brighter. There is no light in this, other than Junko finally avenging the trauma and finding her brother. That's the only silver lining to this whole story, and everything else is just tragedy. But taking other innocent lives is a sin, and it can never be forgiven. I spoke with so many people who carry regrets, who said, if only I had done something. I can't help but wonder if the legend of the Smiling Man could have been prevented after all. After investigating the tragic life of Minoru Suzuki, I feel that the last sentence of his scribbled note is perhaps emblematic of his being and his heart. I want to see Emiko. What do you think? Adobo-kun hasn't said a word since he got here. And Adobo-kun has just not said a word at all. It's a lot. It is a lot. Damn, my heart. This game. Oh, this game. Nintendo, what have you given to us? I hate it. I hate it, and I love it, and I hate it. Goddamn. Al brother, get out of here with the Joker Miku. Get out of here with that. That's not the smiling man. It's the Joker, baby. No. The scariest thing is how grounded it is in reality. The fact that was it who's the name Sakamoto? Who's the writer? Hold on. The credits will show me. The writer, the same writer from before, the guy who makes Metroid games now, Sakamoto and Kaori, the two writers, of course. Nintendo probably gave them full reign. They're like, don't hold back. It's a Nintendo game. Doesn't matter. Write the story you want to write. Write the most heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching, just emotion-numbing story you can possibly make. And make this mystery happen. That's what they were probably told, and they made it. And they just had the budget of the entirety of Nintendo's just make it. Just make a new Famicom Detective Club. And it's here. And they had the freaking studio that made freaking Steins Gate. Those visual novels, that's the ones who made the remakes of Famicom 1 and 2. And they're the ones who made this game as well. Just so sad. So sad. Thank you for streaming this. You had no idea how intense it was. I didn't know either. All I had heard from like people who finished the game within like the first weekend of it coming out were just like, wow, I see why it's rated M. Nintendo, oh my god, this is a Nintendo game. And they're right. They're absolutely right. Hope we get more games like this out of Nintendo. I mean, if this has reignited the Famicom Detective Club just series, where can we go from here? Like, see, this makes perfect sense as like a follow-up to the previous Famicom Detective Club games, where like before it was just like solving mysteries and just having just having fun, just like putting it all together. But now, like, on Adobo-kun's 19th birthday, he is an adult. This is a story about an adult for adults. Because it's just so sad that no child should ever have to think about that kind of stuff. But it's real and it happens. And the sad reality is there are children whose lives are like Minoru's. And all we can do is show them the support that his village never gave him, so that he wouldn't have so that people don't turn out the same way, so that people don't have to break their minds just to do what they think is the only way out of their situation. Imagine if this actually dropped on the Famicom. I think this would have caused the timeline where the ESRB formed like 10 years early. If this actually came out on the Famicom. Jeez. And thank you, Mages, for developing the game. Anime studio was Mappa. I saw that. I saw that and I just like, oh, Mappa, they make anime. Wait, they made the anime in this game. No wonder it was so good. Freaking the people who made Jujutsu Kaisen. Dang. Man, they have some of the most detailed animation out there right now. You're glad at least one pair of siblings has a happy ending. Poor Minoru. Poor Minoru. You think it also fits for the player? That's true! Because if you grew up playing the Famicom games back in the 80s, like, you're a 30 to 40 something year old now. Like, You'd be like, imagine being a 30 to 40-year-old in Japan, and you're just like, oh, no Famicom Detective Club. I love those games as a kid. I wonder what hijinks Adobo-kun's getting up to now in a Yumi. Wow. Unfortunately, there's also not much that people can realistically do in domestic abuse, which that's why the help has to come externally. And the help can only come if people are like able to observe and step in, even though it's not ostensibly their business. They can't just be a bystander. They have to see it happening and do something about it. Damn. Thank you, Condoriano. Yes. For anybody in the USA, remember that 988 is the national number to connect to the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Keep yourself safe and reach out if you need to. Absolutely. If you're not directly involved, you can only do so much. This is true. I mean, that's true. That's the thing, like, the people involved also can't do much a lot of the time. So it's like, something has to be done. And for a lot of people, it's just sad that things don't get done. There has to be intervention somewhere, and it's not always safe for people to intervene. But nothing's gonna change if nobody does. Emio, Minoru, the smiling man. The picture with the kids was Minoru and his sister the whole time. The picture from the intro. They were showing that to us the whole game. Oh. And it's not even... The title screen is now like an actual title screen. It's not like the one styled after the older games. Well, that actually did take up the whole stream time. And I'm speechless. I am speechless. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you, Sakamoto and Kaori. Thank you for this masterpiece of a game. I thought it was over an hour ago. I had a feeling that if they were gonna give the epilogue its own title screen entry, then it was gonna take a while. But dang. And now the logo is smiling. It's a complete smiling face. I got chills. The whole animated sequence. How long was that? I think that was the length of an entire anime episode. Nothing out of the usual for Mappa. They're like, oh, we don't have to write an entire fight sequence? We don't have to animate the whole thing? Wow, this is a cakewalk for us. We don't have to overwork our animators now. Damn. I think, well, there's so much I want to say, but there's an ad in 5 minutes and I can't snooze it again. I think I've said pretty much everything I've needed to say, though. I hope they make more Famicom Detective Club games. They've proven that the series has made the leap into a mature, like, tone and story, even if the main character is still only 19 years old. Like, hey, next time, main character is like 21, he gets to drink with Daisuke. He gets to drink with Daisuke and his wife. Oh my god. Oh my god, they got married. Oh my god, they're making out sloppy style. Oh my god. That is still the most surprising thing. The fact that I was making that joke the entire game, and it became real. And it became real. Oh. Alright, everybody. Alright. I'm gonna end it because if I don't end in 5 minutes, the ad's gonna come. But y'all, take care of yourselves out there. Take care of yourselves out there, and you know, I know times may be dark right now, but if you need help, don't be afraid to reach out to someone. Don't be afraid to talk to someone that you can trust. We all need people in our lives to support us. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. Pre-epilogue 10 out of 10. Post-epilogue 12 out of 10. You'd love to see a J-drama. Honestly, they could make like a movie adaptation probably or something. Did not expect the W for the sloppy style theory. The thing that just came out of me watching freaking Dungeons and Dragon memes and just being like, hey, if you make out with a wizard, they can't cast spells. So, you know, you just gotta make out sloppy style so they can't use their hands or their mouths. They can't cast anything. No, that was real. That was real. Yeah, you know, watch some. Yeah, Zeph, absolutely. Thanks for that raid. Watch something lighthearted. Absolutely. And y'all take it easy tonight. Absolutely. Watch something nice. Watch Bluey or something. I heard Bluey's pretty good. Theory at the beginning was like 40% correct. It hinged on whether or not I believed that Minoru actually was the Smiling Man. And it was the Todoroki Motors couple that really like threw me off and made me think like, it can't be a kid who's so nice. But yeah, like the hints were there. The hints were there that Minoru was mentally ill. And unfortunately, it was him. Whew. Much closer than you would have expected. Yeah, because if I had believed it was Minoru, then I had to go with the other kind of thing where I was thinking like Minoru is like, he's not mentally like, he's not, how do I, he's not like, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't like diagnose him. I'm not a doctor, but like just he's not mentally well. And like that's what I felt from his description of him, but the Todoroki's never pried into it, fairly enough. So as far as I know, he was just a nice, upstanding kid, but he was hurting so much inside. So much inside. And when I heard that Todoroki gave him shears, I was scared, and my fears, it was exactly what I had feared had happened. Cut himself up. All right, I'm gonna end. I'm not even gonna go to the ending screen because it just changes the tone so much. So everybody, you all know the deal, for real. Thank you for coming on by. Links are in the chat for social media and whatnot. Follow me if you want to see more just epic stories. Tales before bed. Bedtime stories from me. Fun games, sad games. You know, I'll be here to add color to the voices. And, yeah, copy one of these red messages if you're coming along. And thank you, everybody. Everyone take care of yourself. It's gonna be alright. If you need someone to entertain you through hard times, I'll be here. You know where to find me. Always feel free to pop on by, say hi and chat. And we'll play some more lighthearted games. More lighthearted games. Maybe split the epilogue? Maybe. That's probably a good idea. That is probably a good idea, so I can, like, tag it and warn it. Yeah, I'll do that. Absolutely. YouTuber... Oh, was it copyright claimed? I see. Alright, well, yeah. Alright. Alright, we got 26 seconds. Thank you for coming on by. If you're going to sleep, have a good night. And stay clucky, everybody. Bye-bye. Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 3 later this week.